Here we have Constellation, symbol DAG versus the dollar, requested by Mr. OSU Fever. He must be a good, what is it, Oklahoma? Is that right? Oklahoma State, or maybe your Oregon State. I actually went to University of Oregon. So maybe we're enemies, which doesn't matter, but whatever. Anyways, you're looking at short and medium term time frames. Well, first thing that stands out to me right here is that this is easily the best chart that we've seen today. This one's not just retesting per all-time highs. This one's making new all-time highs, while most things are going sideways at best. 4 hour powerful. I mean, this thing is fucking good. Now, your question is basically, I don't want to FOMO into this one. So I suppose the real question is, when do you expect a reversal and a little bit of downside? I actually do think that it probably has one more run to the upside here. But you are starting to get very, very hot on hourly BBWP. I think 4 hour probably is getting up there as well. Yeah, at about 78.5 percentile. I'd like to see the 4 hour get above 90, and then I would be looking for and preparing for a pullback here. But how high does this thing get before that happens? I have no idea, man. I mean, this is easily the best chart that we've seen today, and my sort of experience in these sorts of just straight up charts in general is that when you see something that's in price discovery at new all-time highs, you get out of the way of it and you don't try to guess the high before it is there. Now we can look at some Fibonacci targets first to maybe get some areas of interest for a bit of a reversal. But even in the short term, that would be 46 cent. And realistically, you're a lot more likely to top out somewhere between these two babies right here, which is about 54 cent all the way up to 68.5 cent, which is a massive fucking range. So, you kind of play that at your own peril. But I do suspect that this one very likely does continue with the current rally and then plays out a pullback and probably hits a high at one of those targets, generally speaking. And then where does the pullback come? If we assume that one of those is going to be the high, well, now we're just making a shit ton of assumptions. But where the pullback come, very likely somewhere back down around our current breakdown at about 27.5 to 28 cent or so. But that's going to take some time. I don't know how long term or short term you are on this thing, but this is this is easily the best chart that we've seen today. Very impressive, man. Very fucking impressive. Let's see what it looks like from a momentum oscillator perspective as well. What the fuck is this thing doing for real? Daily, way the fuck up there. So it's really not going to take too much to turn this one down. 42 cent needs to be closed above today in order to keep daily momentum to the upside. 4 hour 41.09. So actually right and above there right now. Buy hourly showing 39 cent, and hourly is going to be showing 42.5. So how would you know that it is reversing it if it doesn't actually melt onto new highs first? Well, where's our structure coming? I mean, even the hourly is just a fucking melt right here. That is insane. I suppose in this case the best that I could do for you is just your prior breakout area right here. Not too helpful. I understand that that's 39 cent. If you do start to take out 39 cent, I would look for a retracement down to about the mid 30s, and that's probably where you do try for a bit of a higher low. I mean, this thing's just been straight up melting. So I'm inclined to say that this one probably does gun for new highs first before anything else. And then I want to see where the high is and then look at a pullback. If you're looking not to FOMO in on something like this, I mean, you just have to know where your risk is, right? Like that's what it's all about. You can talk about FOMO, you can talk about not FOMO. FOMO is irrelevant if you have a plan, right? And this one, this one we actually need to look at the trending charts if anything, because like this is obviously fucking trending. This one is going to continue with the all-time high party as long as it's trending outside the topside Toronto band, which is currently sitting at 39.73 cent. So understand where that is. As long as you're closing above there, I'd be looking for those general upside targets to get probably met, and then play to pull back from there. But where's your risk from here? About 3 cents down, it looks like. About 3 cents down to about 39 cents. So hopefully that was helpful, man. But easily the most impressive chart that we've seen today. And it is wise that, or sorry, it is very mature that you're aware that your own emotions are kind of feeling FOMO right there, as you probably would, when you see a chart like this, which is not even this. It's really, on linear scale like this, right? But I wouldn't necessarily be looking for a pullback, even medium term, as long as this thing's above 39 cent realistically. So hopefully that was helpful, man. But wow, powerful chart.